What's up, y'all? We are going on our flight to Hawaii. I'm gonna take y'all on the journey as much as I can. I probably won't do too much on videoing or whatever, just because since I'm blind, I do have to pay attention to where I'm going. So as much as I can in between, I will try to. And before we get onto the flights and stuff, I am going to hydrate because this is a 14-hour flight and I don't want to be dehydrated. I've tried this new brand called Saltine. Has blue vanilla super A. Success. Oh, this thing hard. Tastes like lemonade. Okay. What is something crazy? I was going to go take some cinematic shots of these beautiful flowers and plants that are where I living. And look, as soon as I stepped outside, all I hear was pow, pow, pow. Gunshots going off. I don't know if it was a neighbor trying to kill a boar or a stray wild dog or something. I took my butt back inside. Let me tell you, it was a crazy adventure to get to the Big Island. I went from Florida to Las Vegas, Oahu, Hilo. Going from Florida to Las Vegas was fine. The rest of the trip, trouble. 2 out of the 3 flights, the flight attendants were very helpful. This was the first time me traveling along with my disability. I actually did like the people and the assistants, like them actually helping me, which was very different. Las Vegas is very dark. The airport needs more lights. The gate that I got off at, the bathroom was like straight ahead, and there's only 2 stalls. How are you gonna have an airport with 2 stalls for women, especially? They could have easily fitted like 2 to 3 more. Turns out the same gate that I was getting off on, I was going back on, but on a different plane. Before I knew that that was my gate that was getting on, I asked the boarding agent. I was like, "Excuse me, is this the flight to Honolulu? Because I can't see the board." And then the board was like in a strange area. The lady shook her head. If you see a blind person, she clearly saw my paint. I went sideways to the counter so she sees me instead of like behind the counter, like over the counter. And she shook her head so I couldn't see, and it's dark. So I was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm blind. I can't see the head moves. Did you say yes?" And she said yes. I was okay. And then, as you know, she made an announcement saying that they're going to need to refill in Oakland. You guys will get there by 1:45. My connection is bored at 1:35. So I'm thinking, planes are big. They're gonna take more than 30 minutes to refill. And if they stick strictly, I'm either barely gonna make my flight or I'm not gonna make my flight. So I went up to her, telling her the situation. I was like, "Am I going to be reboarded? Do I need to get ahead of this reboarding? Because I would rather deal with it now than later." She was like, basically giving me like a runaround, and she didn't want to do it. So I was like, "You know what? If you don't want to do it, fine. Because I'm not gonna let you do it and then it become worse than what it already is." We fly to Oakland, and we were there not 30 minutes. We were there for almost 2 hours. We finally take off. We get to Hawaii. As I was getting off the flight, when we made it to Oahu, we just landed. So everybody's starting to get up. And this lady was just trying to bum rush people. And she managed to get like two to three people. And literally, she was like right next to me. She was trying to bum rush around this lady who was trying to get her bag. So the lady is like, "There's nowhere for you to go, so you just might as well just stay where you're at instead of trying to weave around her." The lady's like, "Don't tell me what to do. Tell me where I can go. Tell me where to stand. Tell me where I can walk. Dumb, ugly bitch." And then the lady's like, "You don't need to bully me and calling me ugly bitch." The lady was also being hostile. She was telling her to shut up and this and that. And then, look, it's happening right next to me. The lady who's being harassed is like, "Can you tell the flight attendants that I'm being harassed?" This is where it took the turn. The lady who's being harassed is actually one of the pilot's girlfriend or wife. And then she was trying to play victim like, "Oh, now you're gonna have the fishers out here." In my opinion, I think she should have got banned. Like, even though it didn't escalate into a shouting, into an altercation, I know that lady did not learn her lesson, because after the whole deal, she was like, "That lady thought she can get me arrested." I'm like, "Dog, you need to get banned. Where are you gonna go? Everybody's already late. It's not just you who's late. You're literally on an island on vacation." I get off the plane trying to find a boarding agent to make sure I get reboarded. Literally, there's no other boarding agent around. I went 4 gate, couldn't find it. I had to go all the way at the very end. The boarding agent was able to help me. When I hopped on the plane to go to Hilo, there was a biker club people, and there was this guy. I think he had Tourette's, and so sometimes with people with Tourette's, they have tics, and some of the tics is like head movements or them having like a verbiage saying "fuck, bitch," or an insult. "You dumb bitch." This guy, he was a biker, and his tic was going vroom vroom vroom. Vroom, vroom. I thought that was just so funny and cute. It's like you're passionate so much about bikes that even your tick is motor sounds. When married to the island, it's vastly different than Oahu. Oahu is like city, and where I'm at is in the country. So it's vastly different living. Like, I gotta treat trash different, water different, electricity different, fruit you have to be careful with tough too, like snails and the slugs and the rats are a problem. I'm not a country person at all, but It's been fun. Supposedly next weekend, my mom's gonna take me around the islands. Also, you would think a sighted person, like my mom, would do things like when a pump goes out that deals with electricity, she would do it or get someone else to. She makes me do it because the people who live here that we live with, they're not really home that much. They have the water catch pump, and so you need to start it up. Just build up on it. Pump goes out, and you have to take like a screwdriver and you gotta like push this plate. The electricity circuits will come together and start the pump up. You're dealing with electricity. I have to go do that as a blind person. I thought for sure I was gonna get electrocuted, and it's kind of funny because the first time my mom's like, "Oh, you go do it," which I was like, "Okay, but you're gonna come with me?" She's like, "No," and I was like, "What if I get electrocuted? Someone needs to kick me," and she goes, "Fine." My mom was always making a blind person do something, which gets me out of comfort zone and makes me do things. But still, oh, there's this fruit that we got at the farmer's market. It's called Java Chikaba, and it's funny because I didn't realize I was on the phone with my brother, and he was like, "That's something that sounds like a word that Stitch said." And I thought about it, I was like, it does sound like something Stitch said. But yeah, that's my rant. Have a good one. Till next time, bye.